This is Stace.
This is Ace.
We just got done binge watching Later Daters on Netflix. And even though we did not date late in life, we met when I was 30 and you were 33. Just kidding, 34. This show, I think, really resonated with us. The first thing I want to mention about Later Daters is something that really resonated with me at the beginning. And I think is the focus of everything we really want to talk about. When you were younger and you were dating somebody, your focus is on building a life together. But when you're older, you already have a built life and someone else has a built life. So one of the things the psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever her name is, on the show does is talks to people about like conjoining their lives or blending their lives together, right? And I think this was a huge problem for everybody on this show.
It's tough because you're set in your ways. That's the tough part. Most of the people are set in their ways.
Really set in their ways.
Nate is an Army guy. I like Nate. He has a closed sign perpetually over his head. And when you're dating, I don't care what age you are, when you're a heterosexual man that's looking to date women, you have to have a sign that's over your head that says, I am open. And this guy was the opposite of that. He was just picking women apart.
He went on 4 dates. And all the women were beautiful, interesting, and he just nitpicked the crap out of all of them. And then he had the baby mama. This man has a best friend who he has an adult grown child with, who they have a grandbaby with, that comes over every day. They have this really intense relationship, and he doesn't date her.
They should be dating.
Why don't
the way that they get along.
Why don't you think they date?
I have no clue. But Nate, you a piece of work, Nate. And I say that respectfully. Hey, thank you for your service.
One of my favorite characters was Suzanne. I love Suzanne because she is like established. She has her own place. She has this beautiful lake place, which I didn't even know there were like lakes in Georgia. Like why? I don't know. But anyway, she has this beautiful lake. She lived on. She was like a optometrist. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, and here she is, just no apologies for who she is, just very authentic person, big smile, big bouncy gray hair, got all over her hair. I just loved her.
Yeah, I liked her, but to me, some of this, she just seemed a little too overdone. She is kind of in her head a little too much, versus just being. She seems fun, but I have relatives that are Southern Belles, and they seem fun, but they're so wound up and things have to be a certain way or there's a problem. She's like that. And, she's a nice person, nice enough. But man, she was giving her suitors hell.
Well, we all learned her family toast because she kept repeating. Remember when she kept toasting? I have a family toast, but I'm not going to say it right now. One of the things that I really liked about Suzanne, though, is that she was a widow. Like, I don't like it that her husband's dead, but I think, having my mom, our mom, who is in almost 80, and she is a widow, she has noticed as she's dated here and there that men who are divorced versus men who are widowed are like completely different people, and I'm sure that's true of women. So you've had somebody that you've been in love with forever. That was your soulmate, and now they're gone. That's got to be a different feeling dating than being divorced once, twice, or thrice.
3 times, maybe.
Sorry. Sorry.
Next up is Lori. Now, Lori is beautiful, beautiful black skin. I love Lori. She has very well-spoken, intelligent kids. Lori is strong. She has her own career in Atlanta. The thing that I don't like about Lori is that Lori is stuck in her ways. It's her way or the highway. The therapist dating a young lady even tried to get her to change her glasses looks. It's one thing to have spectacles, and then there's another to be a spectacle. All right.
You know what I loved about Lori? Her kids, they're so used to her that they know how to like kind of side pocket how they really feel. But it wasn't new. They weren't doing it for the camera. But I think they were surprised that she was on a show trying to find a significant other because they know she's hard to live with.
But, having listened to what Stacey said, it resonates with me because when your kids are past like 5, 6, your kids will tell you the truth. And it's up to us to be open. And I've been open to my kids. My kids have told me some life-changing truths that I have needed. And when you close yourself off to what your kids have to say, especially when they're telling you the truth, you don't do yourself any service. And that's Lori. That's Lori.
I know she loved her glasses, but they definitely felt like a mask for me. It felt like she was trying to hide a part of herself. And something behind those glasses is hurt and not healed from my perspective. Even the guy, I don't know if I liked him that much, but the guy she went out with, and then he asked, he didn't ask, I guess she did ask him to come to her birthday party, and then she like completely ignored him. I felt bad for him.
She hard, man.
She was hanging on for that other guy that was really not showing her any attention at all. And why would we, it's bad enough when we do that in our 20s and 30s, but why we'd still be doing that in our 50s and older, looking for somebody to just treat us bad. I mean, no offense to this guy. I don't even know if he knew that she liked him like that, but he wasn't interested, and we all knew it.
But her look has to change. And I say this respectfully because I like Lori. Lori is beautiful. But the way she dresses, the whole aesthetic, she needs a makeover. Because I said it in a video that we've done before, and within the first 5 seconds, a man or a woman or 2 gay men or 2 lesbians, they're thinking to themselves in some kind of way, can I imagine myself boinking them?
Okay.
And if I were single and I'm around Lori's age, the only thing I would think of, it wouldn't be boinking, it would be, I know this woman can help me find the best library book that I need right now.
They're going to say, can this woman do my taxes?
Yes. Taxes, or make my latte if I drink.
Ooh, that would be good. I'm trying.
We saved the meh for last. Greg, go ahead.
The meh for Greg dismissed his first date, who was this very beautiful woman, wore a bikini on their date. They were on a boat. I think they were water skiing, right? And he dismissed her because of traffic. She lived too far from him, and in traffic, it would have taken like an hour to get to her house. And it's like an hour and a half, maybe. I'll give him some benefit of the doubt. When I met you, there was traffic between us as well.
Yeah, about 2,500 miles of traffic.
I lived in Minneapolis, you lived in Louisiana, and we didn't let that stop us. This man dismissed this woman, and then he sat there and thought about. And what happened when he called her up on the phone?
She was already taken. Now, the thing that I like about Greg has a severely disabled son. He can't even talk without pressing some buttons in his chair. And Greg loves that boy like the salt of the earth. I like Greg for that. Greg is amazing for that. He has some particulars, but I think there's hope for him with a little therapy. He's an intelligent guy. He got all his hair, as you can see.
I think did his ex-wife, or did Greg's last wife pass away?
No, I think what happened was, spoiler alerts, as if you hadn't got like 9 already. Greg's the disability, and his last wife had children that wasn't Greg's. It caused some problems.
So he had the original wife, and he got married again to somebody who had a big family. So Greg likes to have a big family, and now it's just him and his 2 boys, and he needs to find somebody who's really family oriented.
Exactly, but he's got some good qualities, So Greg is not, he's not lost.
Yeah,
he can get there, definitely.
We can't talk about Anise, just as one little clip.
Well, we're going to talk about Anise on the next one. So if you've seen Later Daters, we want you to leave a comment. Who was the worst one there, and who was the one that you liked the most? Leave a comment. This is Stace and
Ace.
Peace.